Greetings. Light a little Palo Santo to begin. It's very interesting energy today, yeah? It's Sunday, day of the sun, when I'm recording this video, and it definitely feels like there's a still pause today. So I wanted to just sit with that energy. Someone just texted me that it's 11:11 right now. So what a good time to start a video. How's everybody doing out there? It's been quite a year so far, yeah? So what if we just anoint and honor and purify, cleanse all that has come before this moment, honor it, respect it as what has been, what cannot be changed, except through our perspective of it, right? So just for a moment, I'd like to invite you all into 0 point frequency with me. And by that I mean the zero, the fool's moment, the beginning point, the point of creation, the point at which all things become possible again and do not stem from anything previous. So if we step into that creation point, then truly anything is possible. And the winds seem to agree. And I hear a siren in the background. Some would say that's an interdimensional shift clue. Reality is always speaking to us, yeah? It's always responding to our intent and to the energy we put out. So it's really important to check ourselves sometimes and pull the energy we've been putting out back in to the heart of right now. So that we can feel into what we've been putting out. Do we want to keep putting that out? Is that the energy we want to continue agreeing with? And we can just draw a line and just step to the other side of it. That was interesting. The mailman just came as I said, draw a line. You can think anything you want about that, but that definitely felt to me like a message. It's time to draw a line there about where we are giving permission for reality to go. And remember, if we don't give specific permission and intention, we run a lot off of default and subconscious mind. We run off of old patterning. That's what happens when we don't decide, when we wait to see what happens, when we are responding rather than being the creators. So in this new reality, this new earth we are co-creating and stepping into and finding ourselves in, whilst all else is falling away, it's crucial we decide where we're going to put our life force energy, what we're going to agree with and give fuel to. Because what we put our attention on, what we buy, what we focus on, that thing is going to grow. And it's a good time to look at all the tentacles of everything we've been supporting. Are the brands you've been buying, does the head of them, is that thinking the way you want to support life? You know, it's not really a time to be a passive observer or just riding along. It's a really good time to come to the 0 point field, to come to zero, to crush all the previous connection points, and really look with fresh eyes what's got good potential, what has the right ideologies, what's in alignment with your truth, with spirit, with your heart, what's showing good fruit, what's going in the direction of the path you want to keep digging, or is nothing. Do you need a path of your own that you want to continue to dig or start to dig? I know for me, I've been off Facebook for 6 weeks, and I am re-downloading the app on my phone, not because I like Facebook. I do like that there's some ability to connect with people, but I pulled out on purpose. I pulled out on purpose because of all the tentacles and all the influence and the way that your information is used and so forth. But now I am re-engaging with my own intention of just putting out specific bursts of love like I was doing at the beginning of the famous world quarantine. And I admit I got fairly entangled for a bit while I was just working on putting out my own frequency, right? And sometimes we have to pull back into ourselves. Sometimes we have to recalibrate. I just spent the last 6 weeks really like being in nature, really being with my family, really being in myself, really contemplating. I'm still not done with that cycle, but I feel a lot clearer in myself of where to begin again. We're constantly being given little chances to begin again, to start again, to make a point. It's kind of like on YouTube when you have ads, which are really annoying, by the way, to me, because I get a disruption field in the stream of thought. But on the other side of that is a point, a fresh point to like drop your consciousness in again. And so YouTube, with all the ads, especially like when there's a million ads in one show, it kind of feels like reality right now, where there's a stream of consciousness that's wanting to come in and give information and wisdom, and there's these constant violent interruptions to that field. And we can either stay hung up on that and like not skip the ad and just be annoyed, or skip the ad and carry an annoyance, or allow that disruption to stay in our mind, or we can just drop back in to the present point field. When any interruption in reality comes in, we can just go, oh, ad, skip the ad, and just not give it any flavor, not give it attention, not give it prana, and just go right back to the stream of consciousness that's flowing in, that's giving constant reboots and wisdom and a pulse of life. So, let's return to the zero. You can even with me just imagine yourself like a magnet. And I love this exercise. And just feel where all your attention has been, all the different attention points. And just imagine all those points become magnetized now, and they draw back to you, to the one magnetic field that is you. So return now and invite the return of all the attention you put out, all the focus on all the people and all the projects and all the questions and all the things and all the worries and the news reports and everything in every sector of reality. Just imagine drawing those all back to you now, and feel it. Feel the return of wholeness that you can experience right now. As you allow those particles of you, which are pieces of energy and investments if you will, that you have put out into something or someone, some idea. And maybe for good reason, maybe with love. But sometimes we have to return, get the return on the investment, bring it back, even if there's no receiving on your part. You are receiving yourself back. And in our most whole state, our most cohesive state with all our parts, we are the most powerful. We are the most, hold the most possibility. We are the least vulnerable to attack or dis-ease in the body. Our immune system is the strongest when we are in wholeness. Our relationships suffer less when more of us is present. Sometimes in a relationship, something is happening and immediately a part of you will go visit a past experience. I catch myself doing this. And we'll suddenly try to drag that past energy into the present moment. And of course, that creates an even bigger disruption field. And so, we all have a tendency to do it because sometimes the present moment is trying to heal a past thing. Or we're trying to pass data on to another person about our experience. Maybe inadvertently, but we're trying to pass like codes. You're like, oh, I've already experienced that. This is what it looked like for me. But you're bringing it into the moment. You are kind of bringing that past energy, but you're hoping to transmit wisdom. I know there's always a positive intent, or there's a healing that's trying to occur. But that's not always the result. Sometimes it's just a perpetuation of it. And so as much as possible, and even right now, just calling all those parts of self to be 100% present, available to you. And then I just want to sit with you for a moment while we visualize together quietly the world we would like to see. We don't have to take any of the parts that are here now. You can simply conjure something new and beautiful up. Or you can utilize some of the pieces you have. But truly, if you could live in your dream reality. And remember, we're co-creating this. It's a collective dream. So your dream's going to overlap with other people's dreams. Those people are going to show up. And if you don't like that combination, you can always dream another dream. But right now we're co-creating the human dream, the human reality that wants to be birthed. And it's a good check-in point to say, like, do we want some repeat of the old reality with all its shadow tendencies? Or are we ready to just come to zero, cut that clean, and begin with a new canvas, with wisdom and with love? So go ahead and close your eyes. And I first want you to just imagine that return of your full self. And if you need to continue to allow that return, you can do so. And then we're just going to blank slate it as much as possible. I want you to just imagine washing that inner canvas. That doesn't mean you lose any of your wisdoms. All those things are inherent in you now, if they're true wisdom. They come in the paintbrushes. And now I want you to just feel into this blank canvas moment. What is the first thing you would paint there? What are the most critical pieces you would want in this vision for your world. You might start close to you in your own reality and home, or you might start in the larger reality, the bigger picture. It's up to you. You work back from the outside or you work out from the middle. And just put some critical pieces in there. And if it's not all available to you in this moment during this meditation, you may continue this later also. Just feel and become in alignment with what intuitively feels like wants to go in first. Begin to add the pieces. And maybe these are pieces you've never ever seen in the external reality. That doesn't mean it's not possible. Actually, it's all possible now. Feel into the feeling. How is the feeling you dream of it having? What do you feel inside? How does it feel in the world? And you can hold this visualization open as you go into your day. And you might observe things that are going on that you're like, not that. And you sort of allow that to go into the void, if you will, in your visual. And you might find yourself replacing it with a new vision. Like say you see some violence on the street. You might in that moment think, I don't wish this is happening. And so what might you want to replace that with? How would that look differently in your world? So don't forget how powerful your intent is, especially when you are in 0 point, when you are in the point of creation. And if you have a difficult time reaching 0 point, reach out to me and let's do some work around getting yourself to 0 point. That's actually just a DNA installation we can do. Okay, my world is coming in, so we'll talk to you next time. Much love.